Well, hold the phone because you can reach that phone pretty much in every room. We're going to give you a 4-pack of your Panasonic cordless phones. These are the most amazing phones. You know why? Because these cordless phones, home phones, are actually going to become your cell phone. When you walk into the room, it Bluetooth links to your cell. Your text messages are gonna come over your home phone. Your cell phone calls are gonna come over your home phone, which is bigger and easier to talk on. You have a silent mode, you have a text message alert, love that. Noise reduction technology and DECT 6 technology as well. Talking caller ID, so it announces if you want to actually pick them up, even with your cell phone calls. Oh, that's so cool. Okay, look, over 240,000 of these have been sold since 2014. We're doing these today on a price break of $99.95. We're gonna do it with 4 flex payments and even ship it right to your front door. But you know, the other fun part about what we do here is we bring it to you in colors. When have you seen phones in colors except for right here? And we're gonna do it your choice. We have it in the black. We also have it available in a navy blue. Look at that cool navy blue. And my personal favorite, I think yours too, has been the rose gold. It is our best seller by far. Customer pick, and our customers always love it, as do the show hosts, when Bill Duggan is in town.
Glad to be here. And the thing is, I'm glad it's Panasonic. Panasonic's a great name brand, but it's reliability. This is that perfect gift for Mother's Day, Father's Day. Set it up for your parents and then leave. But when they call you, it's gonna be easier and more enjoyable. Why? Panasonic's given us a nice large screen, so yes, we can see the screen easier, we can use the features on there great, customizable, it's all backlit, so the numbers are easier and brighter to see, but you also notice there's fewer buttons, so the buttons can be a little larger, which is a lot more convenient, and it's even just better audio. Do you have those phone calls with mom and it's crackling and it's cutting in and out? It's because you don't have DECT 6 technology. Do you have that phone call with your sister and you call her on the cell phone and she has a dead zone in her house? Now you leave the cell phone in a good spot and your Panasonic phones can link to 2 individual phones. So guess what? You have his cell phone, your cell phone, and a landline. You now have a 3-line set of phones in your house. And it's simple setup, and it's your digital answering machine. It has call blocking, it has speakerphone, it has all the features that we want, but it's the time to pick it up and upgrade for the house. Because if you're like me, I had a cell phone. Do I need a landline? But guess what? I realize now I have my cell phone, maybe in the kitchen, but now I can reach it in the office, I can reach it in the garage, I can reach it on the bedside table, and that's the benefit of having a newer home phone system. But what I also appreciate about it too, is at the end of the day, when you get those phone calls, yes, we've had caller ID before, but we've had to like pick up the handset and like, oh, who is that? What number is that? The way that it announces the numbers, it's loud, it's clear, so it's like, oh, don't even get up off the couch, which we can appreciate. But also, if you notice, the base is even a little more petite.
Smaller. Right?
Smaller, but it still has your digital answering machine, so which is great. And all the buttons that you find on your base, you can actually access over here. Oh, perfect, incoming call, which is great. And the thing is, do we get up off the couch? Let's see who it is first.
Right.
And it's call from mom and dad.
Oh, I want to follow up with that.
Right.
So anywhere throughout the house, I can go grab that, mom and dad. We'll pick this up. Is this mom or is this dad? Dre, are you there? It's not mom and dad, but it's my buddy Dre. And the thing is, that's the convenience of being able to be accessible throughout the home. And that's really where DECT 6 technology comes into play. You probably have heard about it, but what exactly is that? That's better range. You can only go so far throughout the house. Now you can go further. Do you have static and interference from other devices in the neighborhood or in the house? With DECT 6, you get less interference, which is really phenomenal. But what really is the convenience is how you're gonna use it. Because you can totally customize it. You can see this one, we have it set up for the home office. I wanna come down to my menu over here, and I'm able to scroll through, easily read the caller list. Oh, by the way, the caller list, 3,000 different phone numbers.
Oh my gosh.
Intercom system in the house. Did I have to wire it or set it up? Bluetooth capable to my cell phones. So it's completely just interchangeable to how we live our lives. So maybe you just want that intercom system for the house. Because it's a large home, but you're yelling at the kids, dinner's ready. It's your intercom. You wanna be able to go back and talk to your cell phone because you're like, oh, I realize there's something on my cell phone I wanna do. I come right down here, hit my voice assistant. It's gonna link me to one of my cell phones. I have 2 set up. I can ask it a question, which is just great. Text message, mom.
What do you want to say?
I'm sending have a great Saturday, exclamation point.
Your message to Patricia says, have a great Saturday.
Did you notice that?
Send it?
Yes, please. I was able to send a text message from my cell phone plan, from the convenience of wherever I had my handset. That's Panasonic giving us connectivity, which is great, but it's also giving us just user-friendly options. Before, we had to have the cell phone with us everywhere we went. Now it's throughout the house. Now I have my landline throughout the house.
Incredible.
Have you ever been on the phone? And then your daughter wants to be on the phone?
Oh.
Guess what? You can be on the phone, she can be on the phone, and then you still have your landline, so you now have 3 phone lines throughout the house and no interference, and everyone can enjoy great conversation.
But you said you don't even have a landline anymore.
No.
Because you just use this. Because if you're like me, I don't want 2 phone numbers. I have 1 number.
Yep.
It's my cell phone. But when I walk in, I can never find my cell phone. It's somewhere deep buried in my purse. Now you don't have to, because all your cell phone calls are going to come right here. Your text messages. That's the worst part. I don't know how many text messages I miss at home because, again, it's buried somewhere or it's in a different room. They're going to come through here. It's going to announce them. You can text off of this. You can tell your cell phone to actually text a message so you're not constantly looking for your cell phone. It all works together. It's incredible technology that's going to make your life so much easier, and that's what it's all about. Ease of use, simple, because we know our cell phones now, right? We know how to use them. We get most of our calls there because we're out and about all day, so mostly you direct your traffic to your cell phone. And now you're gonna have your cell phone automatically. You walk in the door, it automatically links up with us. Now, how difficult is it for me, or how do I link my cell phone to
it's so convenient.
To this phone.
As you can see, you can link any cell phone, Android or Apple,
and you
2
can do,
phones as well.
You can do 2 phones or 3 phones?
2 phones, but then you also have your landline, so that's 3 lines in the house.
Okay.
And that just gives you an extension. Think of it this way. Remember when we had that 1 landline in the house and it just sat in the kitchen? And then we got cordless phones, and it gave us the freedom to have a bedside phone, have one in the family room, have one in the home office. It does that for our landline, but now it also does that for our cell phone. So leave the cell phone in that sweet spot where you don't get static, you don't get dropped calls, and now it rings throughout the house. That's why I got it at my little place, which was convenient. But I also got it from my sister because she had dead zones. I got it from my mom, so we can actually call her on her cell phone, and she doesn't even realize when it rings in her bedside table, she still can pick up that phone call. But you also said, how valuable is that 1 number we have? Do we get those solicitation calls and get annoyance calls? And we're like, are you kidding me? There's call blocking devices out there. We sell them separately. You have to be right next to that button. You have to be right next to it. Right now, I have call blocking up to 150 numbers right here on my handset. So it's a solicitation call. I don't recognize the number when it's announced. I can call block it. I get on that awkward call where they're asking for money and all that because it's an election year. I can block it. That's the convenience. My mother keeps calling. I'm like, Mom, enough. I can block it. And I can unblock her, too, which is great.
On TV.
And you know,
She's probably watching.
Yeah, sorry, Mom. I just sent her a text message.
Yeah.
She can't be mad.
Hours later, dear.
Will do. And the thing is, there's even a quiet mode. I mean, how convenient is that? You're watching a movie. You've got the kids down for a nap. It's bedtime. Set the entire house on quiet so all those numbers that you don't want to be bothering you cannot get through. I actually like the intercom mode because I go right over here to my menu, and it's like, okay, select. I go, oh, I'm in my phone book. Remember that 3,000 phone book, which is great. Go through all my different options, and I find my intercom. And instead of yelling upstairs, dinner's ready, or, you know, Mom, there's someone at the door, I hit select, and I can go through all the different options. I can call Lori's room, I can call the office, the extension. I'm gonna call Alice. And what are you gonna notice? The phone in front of Alice is just discreetly ringing. This one right here.
I love it.
And that's just
It's a pretty
convenient.
ring.
And the thing is, it's a nice ring, but also, did you have to wire? Did you have to put in speakers? It is so convenient to give us multi-function capability. Starting with call blocking, digital answering machine, DECT 6 technology, and that's why Panasonic is the one you want to pick up.
And you know why I like to pick up a regular handset? Because the microphone is down here.
Well said.
And you can hear up here. It just makes more sense than my little cell phone that's this big, and I'm constantly kind of switching back and forth. It's just hard to hear on it, right? But now you don't have to worry because you're gonna have that large handset. And the other great part is this will stand up on its own, which my cell phone will not do.
Right.
This will stand up so I can put this on a speaker and
do your
then,
makeup.
And do my makeup. You
Or
already
cook dinner.
read my mind. I can be cooking dinner. I can get some work done. I can catch up with friends because your cell phone is gonna work right through here. You have call block on this. If you added call block to your current phone system, what would that cost? And it would be bulky. Everything is built in. You have designer colors with it. You have a small footprint as well. And every single one of these, all you have to do is plug it into the wall. That's all you do. You don't have to find a phone line or anything like that.
It's so simple to pair.
So
and really,
simple.
Father's Day, it's an upgrade. Dad can have his cell phone with him in the garage. Mom can enjoy an easier phone call. I love the fact that there's fewer buttons. So the ones that you do need, you can easily find them. But also because there's fewer buttons, it's easier to actually see the buttons and to actually engage with all the features that are on here, be able to engage with the phone calls. Realize, this is the base station, that's your digital answering machine. This is the only piece that needs to be plugged into the phone jack in the wall. And then all these additional outlets just need power. So you just put it in here and they just power up, and you can really just enjoy anything. Because remember, if my cell phone rings, I don't have to run all the way back to the cell phone. It's gonna ring throughout the house. If the landline rings, it's not just at the base station anymore. Perfect example. I think I'm getting a call on my cell phone.
Mom and Dad.
Oh, and the thing is, I'm not gonna miss it because it's coming from my cell phone.
It's on your cell phone.
It just rang right here. I can pick it up right over here. And that's the convenience. Hello, Mom. How are you? Oh. I think she hung up already. Okay, well, that's just great about it.
Probably heard what you said about it.
Oh, all right, whoops. Okay, now I gotta text her again. But that's the convenience. You're totally connected, and it's a clear call. We've all had that little bit of static, and we're like, oh, hold on, let me adjust, let me go outside. With Panasonic and DECT 6, it is much easier. And I also appreciate it, too, because, maybe this is a bedside table. Maybe this is the home office. Maybe one is next to me watching television, and, I want to ask my phone a question or something like that. I can pick up this handset. I'm gonna go down to my digital assistant right over here, and it says, which phone am I connected to? I'm gonna go right down there, and I'm gonna ask for that phone. And let's ask it a question. How many days till Father's Day?
It's 71 days until then.
Oh, 71 days, perfect. And the thing is, you see, I asked my phone, but it told me on my handset. So we all use our phones a little differently, whether it's the weather, whether it's traffic, whether it's, asking Siri or Cortana a question, we can do that. But now we can do it through our home phones. Now they look good. And look at your mom's home phone. Does it have marinara sauce on it and makeup caked onto it? This is a beautiful upgrade. It happens.
Peeking, spying on me.
Hey, you're not alone.
Marinara sauce never hurt anybody.
True.
Listen, the rose gold selling the fastest right now. So if you want that rose gold, great time to pick this up. Update your phones. We also, though, have it available. If you've ever seen a phone system, especially from Panasonic, and look at that navy blue is amazing. Almost like a little bit of an electric, metallic blue is the word I was looking for. And then you have it in your classic black as well. Small footprint on this, but so functional, because now you're able to walk in the house, your cell phone automatically connects to this phone.
Finds it.
So you will use this as your cell phone. You can text from your regular home phone through your cell phone. It's amazing.
And vice versa.
Now, to connect it, just Bluetooth it?
Just Bluetooth connection, really simple to do.
Even I can do that.
Yep, and when you walk in the house, it just automatically finds it. Another thing that you can set it up to do is it will actually give your handset in the house an alert that you have a text message. So it's like, oh, I need to go find out that what my mom texted me back, so I can go back and get to it. But that's just really, it's the convenient, it's a phone for today. If your mom and dad are working out of that home phone, from 10 years ago, upgrade them, upgrade yourself. See how it's a smaller footprint for the kitchen or the bedside table? So at that bedside table, you have your landline and your cell phone. You have the ability to block. You also have at your bedside table a 3,000 phone directory. I mean, we store a lot of numbers.
All your numbers are right in your cell phone, right?
Exactly.
They're not in here.
They're stored in the cell phone, but now they'll actually on the landline too. So how often have you ever done that? It's like, oh, I want to order pizza. You go and grab your cell phone. You're like, what's the pizza number?
And then
and we order from the landline because it's just easier, convenient, and easier to talk to. Now all those numbers that are stored on either phone are stored here and accessible. So the larger phone book, 150 call blocking numbers, DECT 6, so better range, better clarity, and just more convenient to use. That's really where it's a win-win. The icing is the color. The rose gold or the navy, or the black.
Or the black. Yeah. But the rose gold is selling the fastest right now. You get it home with free shipping and handling for flex payments. And look at that rose gold. Isn't it beautiful? I mean, I can't even find anything that's decorative when it comes to phones out of the marketplace. But then to get something where your cell phone will interact with this, will act as your cell phone, so you're not constantly trying to switch between the two numbers, switch between the two phones. Never have to do that again. And you get the call block because 'Tis the season for politics, as we have all
never ends
already
these
heard.
days.
It doesn't seem like it does it? Okay, black, blue, and that rose gold.